Little House on the Prairie is famous for its touching stories about love and family, but beneath that warmth lie some tough, hidden realities. The cherished actors who became familiar faces in many homes dealt with their own hardships, heartbreaks, and emotional battles. Their path wasn't only about stardom and success. It was also filled with quiet struggles and dark moments they had to face. Ever thought about what really went on behind the scenes when the camera stopped rolling? In this video, we're diving into the hidden stories behind the cast of Little House on the Prairie. Ever wondered if all the glitz and glamour of the show masks some darker truths? If you're shocked and want to know more about the real lives of the actors, drop a 1 in the comments. If this is your first time thinking about it, leave a 0 and tell us what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more fascinating stories coming your way. One of the most memorable characters from Little House on the Prairie is Harriet Olsen, the proud, gossip-loving store owner who became the show's iconic antagonist, bringing both drama and humor to the story. Catherine McGregor, born Dorley Dean. McGregor took on this unforgettable role starting in 1974 at age 49. McGregor's portrayal of Harriet was truly one of a kind, expertly balancing the tension between characters while adding a light-hearted touch to the show's emotional depth. However, Catherine McGregor's life off-screen was much more complicated than her lively role as Harriet Olsen. She passed away on November 13, 2018 at 93 years old in Woodland Hills, Los Angeles, leaving behind an estate worth about $2 million. Despite her success on Little House on the Prairie, McGregor's personal and professional path shifted after the show wrapped. She stepped away from the Hollywood spotlight to focus on teaching acting to kids at a local theater and diving deep into the study of Hinduism. A lesser-known fact is that she declined to take part in the 1984 cast reunion for the final episode, choosing to distance herself from the show's continuing legacy. Despite rumors that Catherine McGregor was in India at the time, the real reason she missed the 1984 Little House on the Prairie reunion was the emotional strain she faced working on a male-dominated set. For McGregor, that environment became mentally exhausting, leaving her feeling isolated and disconnected from the very world that had once brought her fame. While her role as Harriet Olsen left a lasting mark on audiences, not every actor was able to thrive under the spotlight. Unlike others who chose to stay in the public eye, McGregor took a different route, seeking peace away from the pressures and fame of Hollywood. Catherine McGregor opted for a quieter life, dedicating herself to personal growth through teaching and deepening her spiritual faith. Her step back from Hollywood wasn't just the end of a career, it was a journey toward inner peace and self-discovery. Like many of her Little House on the Prairie co-stars, McGregor's real-life story was far more complicated and painful than the cheerful character she played on screen. Her life wasn't a fairy tale, but rather a powerful story of resilience, the search for calm and facing the hidden challenges that shaped her path. When Melissa Gilbert and Catherine McGregor shared their experiences from Little House on the Prairie, a picture emerged that wasn't always as bright and perfect as the show made it seem. Michael Landon, who played Charles Ingalls and directed the series, was known for his easygoing, laid-back style on set. But his approach didn't always make everyone feel comfortable. According to McGregor, Landon often cracked crude sexual jokes before filming, made offensive comments about bodies, and even shared strange stories like claiming bee pollen could help with rejuvenation. These remarks left McGregor feeling insulted and uneasy, exposing a darker side behind the beloved show. McGregor, a seasoned stage actress with extensive training, valued professionalism and seriousness in her craft. For her, playing Harriet wasn't just about comedy, it was a complex antagonist role that demanded deep focus and commitment. But amid the crude jokes and lack of respect on set, McGregor started feeling increasingly isolated, struggling to deliver the performance she aimed for. The biggest shock came when Michael Landon's affair with the young Cindy Clerico was revealed. Having been close to Landon's ex-wife, Lynn McGregor watched as the moral and artistic values she once believed in crumbled, leaving her disillusioned with both the personal and professional sides of the show. When Cindy, now Michael Landon's wife, returned to the set as a makeup artist pulling up in a sleek Porsche, everything changed. The family-like atmosphere on the little house on the prairie, set that McGregor once cherished, vanished for good. The respect for work and sense of camaraderie she valued so much was gone. This shift, combined with the emotional strain of the situation, led McGregor to quietly step back from the spotlight. She chose not to appear in the show's final episode, instead embracing a quieter, more spiritual path. Turning to small theater and seeking inner peace, McGregor distanced herself from fame's heavy toll, finding comfort far from Hollywood's glitz and glamour. In a world full of temptation and deception, Katharine McGregor found her escape not in fame, but in the search for inner peace. While Little House on the Prairie remains a cherished part of fans' memories, McGregor's life stands as a reminder that the sparkle of stardom can sometimes mask deeper values. She chose a simpler path, diving into spirituality and dedicating herself to teaching acting to the next generation. McGregor proved that truth isn't always pretty, and not everything that shines is gold. Sometimes the greatest treasures are found in quiet moments of self-discovery and personal growth. Michael Landon, born on October 31, 1936 in New York, became an unforgettable TV legend when he played Charles Ingalls in Little House on the Prairie in 1974 at age 38. As the kind, caring, and ideal father figure, Landon won the hearts of millions across America, embodying the perfect TV dad. He was celebrated as the television father for a whole generation, promoting themes of family love and strong values. Yet behind his wholesome on-screen image, Landon's personal life was filled with struggles, controversies, and hidden truths that sharply contrasted with the persona he showed to the public. On July 1, 1991, Michael Landon passed away at the age of 54 from pancreatic cancer, which had been diagnosed just months earlier during a skiing vacation. His sudden death sent shockwaves through Hollywood, leaving behind a legacy that was mourned by many, with his newlywed wife by his side in his final moments. At the time of his passing, his net worth was estimated at around $40 million. However, behind his illustrious career lay a life filled with controversy and untold shadows. While Little House on the Prairie was at its peak in the 1980s, Landon was also facing a tumultuous divorce from his second wife, Lynn, a chapter of his personal life that contrasted sharply with his image of the ideal television father. This not only tore his family apart, but also sparked major media scandals. Actress Karen Grassel, who played Landon's on-screen wife, revealed that he often made inappropriate remarks and bragged about his personal life while on set. What started as awkward jokes quickly turned into a serious problem, leaving many crew members feeling uneasy. The most shocking disclosure came when it was revealed that Landon had an affair with 18-year-old Cindy Clerico, a stand-in for child actress Melissa Francis. This relationship, occurring at the peak of his career, added a darker side to Landon's public image, revealing the complicated and contradictory nature of his private life. The affair not only shattered Landon's family, but also damaged the ideal father image he had carefully built in the eyes of his fans. Insiders revealed that Lynn Landon's wife uncovered the affair after piecing together clues and catching him secretly meeting his lover. Rumors quickly spread in the media that in a fit of anger, Lynn threw a vodka bottle at him. The once beloved image of the happy family cherished by viewers collapsed under the weight of betrayal. Although Michael Landon tried to start fresh with a third marriage to Cindy Clerico in 1983, the shock of the affair and the cracks in his family life lingered, leaving a lasting impact on both his personal and public legacy. The betrayal left a deep scar not only in Landon's life, but also among his close colleagues and friends. Veteran actress Katherine McGregor, who played Harriet Olsen on Little House on the Prairie, chose to skip the show's final episode in 1984. While rumors circulated that she had gone to India to become a monk, the real reason was her growing disillusionment with Michael Landon and how he treated women, making it impossible for her to keep working with him. Behind Charles Ingalls' gentle smile was a life full of mistakes, betrayal, and irreparable damage. Once a cherished symbol of family and love, Michael Landon's off-screen life was marked by contradictions that deeply tarnished the image he had spent years building. Yet it was his personal mistakes that slowly chipped away at this carefully built image. From the ideal father on screen, he became a man haunted by his own flaws. When the spotlight faded, the heavy toll of fame and a public life became impossible to ignore. Landon died young, leaving behind a lasting TV legacy, one marked by both admiration and pain. The image of the beloved father from Little House on the Prairie will forever live on in fans' hearts, but Michael Landon's real story is a bittersweet tale of sacrifice, betrayal, and the high cost of fame. His journey, full of contradictions, reminds us that even the brightest stars carry deep burdens. Victor Edwin French, born December 4, 1934 in California, became a vital part of Little House on the Prairie as Isaiah Edwards, a tough, whiskey-loving man with a heart of gold. Known for his natural acting, bushy beard, and trademark straw hat, French stood shoulder to shoulder with Michael Landon, creating one of the most beloved duos in American TV history. Their friendship went beyond the screen, reflecting a genuine bond off camera. Yet both men faced personal battles behind the scenes, managing their struggles while keeping their strong connection alive, both on and off set. After years devoted to his craft, Victor French passed away on June 15, 1989, at just 54, following a battle with lung cancer. His death shocked family, friends, and fans who deeply admired his work. Few knew that behind his sudden loss was a silent fight. He kept private, a struggle with alcohol and deep emotional pain. Though cherished for his heartfelt performances, especially as Isaiah Edwards French faced personal demons that largely went unspoken. Karen Grassel, who played Ma on Little House on the Prairie, noted that French's struggles weren't obvious to the public, adding a complex layer to the beloved actor's life and legacy. In a private conversation, Michael Landon once revealed that Victor French didn't actually die from cancer, but from alcohol. Landon's blunt remark uncovered a painful truth about French's private life, where alcohol became one of his fiercest enemies, a battle he ultimately couldn't win. The emotional weight of his personal struggles, especially following 2 failed marriages, took a heavy toll, feeding his relentless fight with alcoholism. At the time of his death, Victor French's net worth was estimated around $2 million, but what truly lasted was the legacy he left in the hearts of fans. His portrayal of Isaiah Edwards, full of depth and humanity, continues to resonate, securing his place as a beloved icon in television history. Few realize that the role of Isaiah Edwards almost didn't go to Victor French. NBC strongly opposed Michael Landon's choice, arguing French wasn't handsome or famous enough for a leading role. But Landon, driven by his strong conviction and close friendship with French, famously said, "I don't need a Hollywood face. I need a genuine heart. This belief changed French's career, lifting him from a supporting actor, often cast as villains in Gunsmoke and Bonanza, to new heights. He became not only a dependable on-screen partner, but also a surrogate father figure and symbol of kindness, always ready to support those around him during hard times. Landon's faith in French's authenticity made Isaiah Edwards one of television's most beloved and enduring characters. Perhaps the most beautiful part of Victor French's life was his deep and lasting friendship with Michael Landon. Despite facing many personal challenges, French found real joy and fulfillment working alongside Landon. In his role as Mark Gordon on Highway to Heaven, he had the chance to smile with genuine contentment, collaborating with a friend he deeply cherished and respected. "I'm working with the man I love," French once said about Landon, and that perhaps was the truest highlight of his life, the sincere friendship and profound bond between the two actors. Their connection went far beyond the screen, providing strength and happiness through their struggles, and remains a lasting testament to the power of true friendship. Though Victor French's life ended in tragedy, his performances, especially as Isaiah Edwards in Little House on the Prairie and Mark Gordon in Highway to Heaven, continue to leave a powerful legacy for audiences. The character of Isaiah Edwards, with his warm heart and rugged emotional depth, made a lasting impression on fans, embodying loyalty, compassion, and strength. More than that, Victor French stands as a symbol of true friendship, a meaningful career, and the quiet battles everyone faces behind the scenes. His legacy lives not only through his unforgettable roles, but also in the genuine relationships he built and the personal struggles he endured with quiet strength. Richard William Bull, born June 26, 1924 in Zion, Illinois, made a lasting impact on audiences with his role as Niels Olson, the calm, gentle husband who patiently stood by his difficult wife Harriet on Little House on the Prairie. Though not a flashy or standout character, Niels Olson earned viewers' affection through his steady nature and unwavering commitment to his family. Richard Bull perfectly captured the role of a quiet father in a world filled with chaos, bringing warmth and stability to fans who loved the show. He passed away on the morning of February 3, 2014, in Calabasas, California, at age 89, due to complications from pneumonia, leaving behind a legacy of quiet strength and devotion. In his later years, Richard Bull lived with his wife, actress Barbara Collentine, at the Motion Picture and Television Fund community. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated around $1.5 million, a modest amount, reflecting a steady and enduring career. While Little House on the Prairie was a major milestone for Bull, few knew that his role as Nels Olson started out as a minor part, appearing in just a handful of episodes. However, after a brief conversation with Michael Landon, the show's director and lead actor, Bull was unexpectedly offered a 7-year contract, an opportunity he never saw coming. For a stage actor like Bull, mostly used to smaller roles, this was a transformative moment that reshaped his career and legacy. Being invited to join a long-running TV series came as a big surprise for Richard Bull, but the fame that followed brought its own challenges. Though loved for his role as Nels Olson, Bull admitted that being so closely tied to one character made him feel trapped. A private man who preferred the stage over the screen, he struggled with the pressures of fame and fans' expectations. Despite wanting to avoid being typecast, Bull remained dedicated to his craft, showing professionalism and passion through various roles, including his portrayal of Mark Gordon in Highway to Heaven, where he once again worked alongside Michael Landon. After Little House on the Prairie ended, Richard Bull chose to step away from the spotlight, distancing himself from Hollywood's glitz and glamour. He spent his final years in a retirement community for aging artists, seeking peace and quiet, away from the noise and pressures of the entertainment industry. It was this simplicity and calm that became the true legacy Bull left for his fans. Though he never reached superstar status or had flashy roles in every project, Bull made a lasting impression through his sincerity and humble lifestyle. Ultimately, Richard Bull showed that not all stars need to live in the spotlight to leave a lasting mark. His authenticity and dedication to his craft stand as a quiet but powerful testament to the strength of humility and true talent. His career, though far from glamorous, was marked by warmth and respect, setting a powerful example for those who cherish the art of acting. Richard Bull's legacy isn't just about the roles he played, it's rooted in his humble, simple approach to life, a timeless value he passed on to future generations. If you find Richard Bull's story and the principles he stood for truly meaningful, share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss more inspiring stories. Let's come together to celebrate quiet stars like Richard Bull, who have touched us with their humility and passion for the craft. Kevin Hagen, born April 3, 1928 in Chicago, Illinois, won the hearts of millions as Dr. Hiram Baker in Little House on the Prairie. The calm, devoted town doctor who always put others before himself became an enduring symbol of healing on the tough American frontier. With his black leather bag, gentle eyes, and comforting voice, Hagen brought peace and reassurance to viewers in a world filled with uncertainty. Kevin Hagen passed away on July 9, 2005 in Grants Pass, Oregon, leaving behind a lasting legacy as one of television's most beloved characters. After a long battle with esophageal cancer, Kevin Hagen passed away at 77. His net worth at the time was estimated around $1 million, a modest amount, reflecting his quiet, unassuming career free from scandal or showiness. Though beloved as Dr. Hiram Baker, few knew that behind his gentle smile lay a life marked by depression and hidden pain. In a letter to a close friend revealed after his death, Hagen shared that he believed his cancer was not just a physical illness, but also a result of the emotional burdens he carried throughout his life. This glimpse into his personal struggles adds depth to the kind, selfless character he brought to life on screen. Often cast in supporting roles, Kevin Hagen sometimes felt overlooked, more a storytelling tool than a central figure. This ongoing feeling of being sidelined led him to question his own value in the artistic world. One of the most controversial aspects of Hagen's life was his choice to refuse chemotherapy after his 2004 cancer diagnosis. In a rare interview before his death, he explained that he didn't fear death, but rather feared living without having anything meaningful left to give. While many in the industry might have seen this as surrender for Hagen, it was a deeply personal decision, one that reflected his complex relationship with life and his desire to live authentically, even when facing serious illness. For his fans, Kevin Hagen's choice was seen as a final act of autonomy by a man who had spent his life caring for and healing others. Yet no one ever asked who would heal him. Hagen chose a path of quiet solitude, turning down help and embracing his role behind the scenes. He sought no attention or praise, only a simple, peaceful life. In the end, he passed away, leaving behind not just beloved characters, but also a poignant reminder of sacrifice, silent suffering, and the strength found in compassion. Hagen's life stands as a powerful testament to the quiet dignity of those who give care to others, even when they themselves are in need. Hersha Prairie, born Betty Sandhoff on May 25, 1945, in Berea, Ohio, captured the hearts of TV audiences with her portrayal of Alice Garvey, the gentle, devoted wife and mother in Little House on the Prairie. Beginning the role in 1977 at age 32, she quickly became a vital part of the series. Alice Garvey embodied sacrifice, love, and loyalty, and her character's tragic, haunting end left a lasting impression on viewers for decades. Prairie passed away on August 23, 2023 in Norfolk, Virginia at 78, leaving behind a cherished legacy as one of the beloved figures in the Little House universe. Prairie's confirmed cause of death was a brain tumor, a condition that left her reliant on family care during her final years. Her son Jonathan Peveril shared that her decline was rapid and she passed away surrounded by loved ones. Though never an A-list star, Prairie's net worth at the time of her death was estimated around $200,000, mostly from royalties earned through her iconic TV roles. What truly made Prairie unforgettable, however, was the controversial and tragic death of her character Alice Garvey on Little House on the Prairie. Her portrayal of Alice's passing deeply moved fans and became one of the series' most memorable and emotional moments. In a 1980 episode of Little House on the Prairie, Prairie's character Alice Garvey met a tragic end while trying to save a child from a fire. This powerful scene shocked viewers and quickly became one of the series' most heart-wrenching moments. The death sparked controversy, with many critics arguing it was an unnecessarily harsh conclusion for such a beloved and exemplary character. Alice Garvey's heartbreaking demise left an indelible mark on audiences, not only for its raw brutality, but also for its depiction of a mother and wife's unconditional sacrifice. The emotional impact of this scene lingered long after it aired, cementing Alice Garvey as a lasting symbol of selflessness in the hearts of fans. Prairie brought to life a character who was both strong and tender, perfectly balancing love and courage. Her legacy isn't just in the roles she played, but in the powerful moments she gifted to audiences. Though she never achieved global stardom, Prairie's work in television and the lasting impact of Alice Garvey continue to resonate deeply with viewers. Alice's controversial death remains a defining moment in Little House on the Prairie, symbolizing the unconditional sacrifice and love we all understand in life. Through her portrayal, Prairie revealed the profound depth of a mother's devotion, a powerful image that still echoes in the hearts of fans today. Prairie, who left a lasting mark with her role as Alice Garvey in Little House on the Prairie, had a career touched by both pain and tragedy. The heartbreaking death of her character, who died trying to save a child from a fire in a 1980 episode, stunned viewers. Following that episode, rumors spread that director Michael Landon intentionally pushed the storyline toward tragedy to boost ratings, a decision that deeply upset Prairie. Many fans struggled to separate the character from the actress, leading to harassing calls and harsh criticism that Prairie had to endure. Despite the emotional toll, her portrayal of Alice Garvey remains one of the series' most memorable and moving moments, solidifying her place in television history. The death of Alice Garvey, a haunting and heartbreaking scene, was not only a defining moment in Little House on the Prairie, but also a heavy emotional burden for Prairie. This tragic storyline nearly drove her away from the entertainment industry, and after the show, she all but vanished from the spotlight. While she had small roles in earlier projects like Manx 1971 and The Waltons 1976, her appearances in major productions became rare following Little House. In a rare public appearance at a fan gathering in 2005, Prairie declined interviews, choosing instead to quietly smile and sign autographs. That brief moment offered a glimpse into the emotional scars she carried, showing just how deeply the role and its aftermath had impacted her life. Carl Swenson, born July 23, 1908, in Brooklyn, New York, joined Little House on the Prairie in 1974 at age 66, making a lasting impact as Lars Hansen, a Swedish carpenter founder and the first mayor of Walnut Grove. With his gentle demeanor and deep voice, Swenson brought heartfelt depth to the character, becoming the show's moral and spiritual cornerstone. His death carried a striking coincidence that stunned cast and crew alike. Swenson passed away on October 8, 1978 in Torrington, Connecticut at age 70, just days after filming his final scenes. This untimely passing added an eerie resonance to his character's legacy, further solidifying his place as a beloved integral part of Little House on the Prairie. Just days after filming his final scene as Lars Hansen on Little House on the Prairie, Karl Swenson died suddenly from a heart attack. His passing shocked the entire cast and crew, especially since the scene where Lars dies in Charles Ingalls' Michael Landon arms had just been completed. Swenson's death felt almost destined, leading many to wonder if he had become so deeply connected to the character that Lars Hansen's fate somehow crossed over into real life. This eerie coincidence between the on-screen death and Swenson's real-life passing has become one of the most haunting behind-the-scenes stories of 1970s Hollywood, adding a poignant and unsettling layer to the show's legacy. Some crew members recalled that in his final days on set, Karl Swenson often said cryptic things like, "I've lived enough of Lars's life." This, combined with his sudden passing, led many in the industry to believe there was a profound connection between the character and the actor's own life. Though not a major star, Swenson's portrayal of Lars Hansen left a lasting mark on Little House on the Prairie. The eerie coincidence of his death so soon after his character's passing created a mysterious story that continues to intrigue audiences and colleagues alike, sparking reflection on the blurred lines between art and reality. Swenson's untimely death, coming just after his final scene, remains one of Hollywood's most haunting and captivating tales. Karl Swenson's words, "Now it's time for me to rest now," feel almost prophetic. His passing on October 8, 1978, just days after filming his final scenes as Lars Hansen on Little House on the Prairie, created a chilling coincidence. Swenson's death marked not only the end of his life, but also the close of an iconic character's story, leaving fans to wonder about the connection between his role and his fate. Cast and crew members still recall his haunting words during those last days on set, deepening the mystery of whether his immersion in Lars Hansen's character somehow intertwined with his own passing. The eerie timing of his death continues to cast an unsettling shadow over the legacy of both actor and role. Dabbs Greer, born April 2, 1917, in Fairview, Missouri, devoted nearly 7 decades to acting, but it wasn't until he was 57 in 1974 that he became widely recognized for his role as Reverend Robert Alden on Little House on the Prairie. As the kind, patient, and compassionate Pastor Greer was present in many of the show's most memorable moments, from weddings and baptisms to funerals. Yet behind Reverend Alden's gentle demeanor lay a lesser-known reality, a professional frustration Greer rarely discussed until a late 1990s interview. Despite a long and steady career, he struggled with being typecast, and only later revealed how deeply this impacted him. This candid admission gave fans new insight into both his character and the personal challenges he faced over his many years in Hollywood. Greer confessed that on the Little House set, he was the only cast member without a set filming schedule. "They only called me in for weddings or funerals," he said, revealing the quiet frustration he endured over the years. Though he delivered blessings during some of the show's most memorable moments, Greer's Reverend Alden was often pushed to the sidelines, never fully woven into the main storylines. While stars like Michael Landon, Karen Grassel, and Melissa Gilbert became iconic faces for a whole generation of American TV viewers. Greer remained the pastor who'd briefly step out of the church, then quietly fade away, leaving audiences to wonder about the untapped depth of his character. His experience serves as a reminder of the hidden challenges many actors face behind the scenes, even when their roles seem important on screen. Rumors also circulated that Greer was cut from several key episodes, even after arriving on set, simply due to a lack of screen time for his character. A crew member once shared that there were mornings when Greer would sit in the makeup room all day, only to deliver a single line, "Amen." Despite this, it was Greer's patience and quiet refusal to complain that earned him deep respect among his colleagues. His professionalism quietly defined him both on and off screen. Yet this same humility and dedication also made him the forgotten working man, a symbol of the many supporting actors in the industry who remain in the shadows of leading stars, contributing quietly to a show's success without receiving the recognition they truly deserve. Steve Tracy, born Stephen Crumber on October 3, 1952 in Ohio, won over viewers with his portrayal of Percival Dalton on Little House on the Prairie in 1980. As Nellie Olson's kind and thoughtful husband, he softened a character often seen as harsh, creating a beloved dynamic on screen. Off-camera, Tracy shared a close friendship with Allison Arngrim, who played Nellie, and their bond brought warmth to the show's atmosphere. However, Tracy's life was marked by a painful secret, his battle with AIDS at a time when stigma and fear were rampant, forcing him to keep his diagnosis private. His death on November 27, 1986, at just 34 years old, was a quiet tragedy, reflecting the harsh realities many faced during the early years of the AIDS epidemic. Today, Steve Tracy's story serves as both a tribute to his talent and a somber reminder of the struggles hidden behind Hollywood's glamour. Steve Tracy's death sent ripples through a society still gripped by fear and misunderstanding of AIDS, marking a heartbreaking moment amid a crisis shrouded in silence and stigma. Just as his career was gaining momentum, his life was tragically cut short. At the time of his passing, his net worth was modest, around $200,000, reflecting a promising talent whose full potential remained unrealized. In a quiet tribute, his ashes were scattered beneath the letter D of the Hollywood sign, a symbolic farewell to a man who never fully lived openly, but left an indelible mark through his work and courage. Tracy's story, veiled behind the roles he played and the private struggles he endured, stands as a powerful testament to the many lives lost during the AIDS epidemic and the dreams that remained unfulfilled. Steve Tracy's story is a poignant reminder of the difficult realities faced by many LGBTQ+ actors in Hollywood's past. His close friendship with Allison Arngrim was one of genuine trust and support. She was the rare person he could confide in about his true identity in an era when being openly gay could mean the end of a career. The rumors about their relationship only added to the pressure, but Allison's memoir reveals the depth of their bond and the heavy burden Steve carried by hiding who he truly was. His courage to keep going despite this isolation speaks volumes about the sacrifices made by countless actors who lived in the shadows to protect their dreams. Tracy's life, both on and off screen, stands as a testament to the resilience of those who persevered in the face of prejudice and fear. Shannon Doherty's early role as Jenny Wilder on Little House on the Prairie showcased her natural talent and brought her into the spotlight at a young age. That early success opened doors, but also set high expectations for her future. As she moved beyond her childhood roles, Doherty faced the common challenges many child actors experience, navigating the pressures of growing up in the public eye, shifting her image, and overcoming personal struggles. Her journey, marked by both significant achievements and controversies, reflects the complex path many young stars must walk to find their place in Hollywood. Despite the ups and downs, Doherty's impact on television and pop culture remains undeniable as she continues to evolve and redefine her career on her own terms. Shannon Doherty's transformation from the sweet Jenny Wilder in Little House on the Prairie to the rebellious Brenda Walsh on Beverly Hills 90210 marked a dramatic evolution in her career and public image. Her portrayal of Brenda captured the spirit of 1990s youth, bold, edgy, and unafraid to challenge norms, which both endeared her to fans and contributed to her bad girl reputation. The backstage stories of her clashes and struggles painted a complex portrait of a star navigating the pressures of fame and personal challenges. Her untimely death in 2024, after bravely battling stage 4 breast cancer, brought an outpouring of love and reflection on her life. Shannon's legacy is one of raw honesty, resilience, and a fierce spirit that resonated both on and off screen. Beyond the controversies and struggles, she remains a beloved figure remembered not just for her iconic roles, but for her strength in facing life's toughest battles with courage. Her impact on television and pop culture continues to inspire fans old and new. That's beautifully put. Shannon Doherty's choice to share her cancer journey publicly showed immense courage and transformed her from just an actress to a powerful role model. She used her platform to raise awareness and connect with fans on a deeply human level, turning her personal struggle into a message of hope and strength. Her loyal companion, Bowie, by her side in those final moments, adds a touching layer to her story, showing the importance of love, comfort, and companionship in the hardest times. Shannon's legacy truly extends beyond the screen, reminding us all that authenticity and resilience can shine brightest, even in the darkest chapters of life. Would you like to craft a tribute or reflection piece based on this for a blog, video script, or social post? She shared her chemotherapy sessions, openly posted photos showing her hair loss, and even sang on camera with a shaved head, giving her fans a deeply personal look into her fight. When the cancer returned and spread, Shannon kept sharing the difficult journey undergoing brain surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation, while facing each day with unwavering hope. She was more than just a rebellious Hollywood star. She turned her personal tragedy into a mission to raise cancer awareness. Candidly discussing her experience, she answered the question, "Why me?" with a powerful response. Why not me? This phrase reflected her calm acceptance in the face of adversity and embodied a relentless spirit of optimism that inspired many. Through her openness and strength, Shannon's battle with cancer became a legacy of courage, resilience, and the importance of living authentically even during life's toughest moments. Ernest Borgnine, born Efron Borgino on January 24, 1917, in Hampton, Connecticut, joined Little House on the Prairie in the late 1970s at the age of over 60. He played Jonathan Garvey, a kind and dependable neighbor who provided strong emotional support to the Walnut Grove community. With his steady and commanding presence, Borgnine added remarkable depth to his character, making Jonathan Garvey one of the show's most memorable and cherished figures. His performance was not only a standout moment on the series, but also represented values of honesty, bravery, and community spirit, earning him love both on and off the screen. Borgnine's legacy as a warm and honorable man left a lasting impression on Little House fans everywhere. Ernest Borgnine passed away on July 8, 2012 in Los Angeles at the age of 95 after a brief battle with kidney failure while hospitalized at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. His life spanned over 6 decades of commitment to acting, leaving behind an estimated net worth of around $15 million. Throughout his career, Borgnine demonstrated exceptional versatility, portraying a wide range of characters from heroes to villains across both film and television. Beyond his acting achievements, he was also a military veteran, having served nearly 10 years in the U.S. Navy, which further underscored his dedication and character. Borgnine's legacy is defined by immense talent, unwavering dedication, and integrity, securing his place as a beloved figure in Hollywood and beyond. Ernest Borgnine was also famously known for his brief but turbulent marriage to legendary singer Ethel Merman. The relationship lasted only 32 days in 1964, sparking a media frenzy as the union of two major stars made headlines across Hollywood. However, the marriage ended bitterly, leaving the public curious about the real reasons behind the split. Merman reportedly left out any mention of Borgnine in her memoirs, and the short-lived marriage exposed him to criticism, momentarily shaking his public image. Borgnine's straightforward and fiery nature, famously seen in his role as the tough sergeant in From Here to Eternity, 1953, only added complexity to his public persona. Despite the brief and controversial marriage, Borgnine's career continued to thrive, though the experience remained a notable and personal chapter that added depth to the man behind the iconic roles. This was seen as a major factor contributing to the marriage's collapse. Despite enduring scandal and personal struggles, Borgnine refused to let these setbacks derail his career. After winning the Academy Award for Best Actor for Marty 1955, he went on to leave a lasting impact with memorable roles in films like The Wild Bunch 1969 and The Poseidon Adventure 1972, showcasing his impressive range and talent. These performances not only highlighted his acting prowess, but also symbolized his resilience in overcoming both personal and professional challenges. Borgnine's ability to rise above adversity and sustain a successful career solidified his legacy as a respected actor and an enduring symbol of strength, perseverance, and integrity in Hollywood. Ernest Borgnine once reflected, "I'm not a perfect man, but I'm always honest with my roles because that's the one place I'm not judged." From his powerful performances on the big screen to his heartfelt portrayal in Little House on the Prairie, Borgnine embraced life with openness and integrity despite the controversies and hardships he endured. His career stands as a testament to honesty, sacrifice, and courage, not only through his craft, but also in the way he lived his life. Over 95 years, Ernest Borgnine was more than just a gifted actor. He was a man who fully embodied his values, embracing both triumphs and trials with a steadfast commitment to authenticity that inspired everyone who witnessed his journey. Melissa Gilbert, born May 8, 1964 in Los Angeles, California, won the hearts of viewers worldwide, beginning at just 10 years old with her iconic portrayal of Laura Ingalls Wilder on Little House on the Prairie. With her bright eyes and curly brown hair, she became a symbol of 1970s America, a representation of a simpler rural ideal where love, family, and morality always prevailed. Laura's resilience and deep devotion to family struck a chord during an era of social change, making her a beloved figure across generations. As of 2025, Melissa Gilbert is 61 and lives quietly in a modest home nestled in the Catskill Mountains with her third husband. Melissa Gilbert, now married to fellow actor Timothy Busfield, no longer makes regular appearances on television. However, she's still active in the arts, focusing on writing and occasionally performing on stage. Her net worth is estimated to be about $500,000, a modest figure compared to the fame she experienced during her childhood acting days. This reflects the quieter, more grounded life she's chosen to live. But behind her success is a story of personal struggle. Melissa has openly shared that her biggest challenge wasn't acting on Little House on the Prairie, but dealing with the pressure of public expectations. "Everyone expected me to always be that perfect country girl," she once said. Living up to that image was a burden. Over time, she's had to carve out her own identity, learning to balance the weight of early fame with a deep desire to live authentically and on her own terms. Melissa faced major hurdles in her personal life. She went through 2 failed marriages, battled alcoholism, and endured a hidden spinal injury that nearly pushed her over the edge. At her lowest points, she admitted there were moments when she didn't even recognize who she was anymore. But despite the chaos, Melissa slowly found her way back. Her role as Jean Donovan in Choices of the Heart became a lifeline, helping her reconnect with her passion for acting and rebuild her confidence. That performance wasn't just a comeback. It marked a powerful shift where she began to truly accept and love herself. Through the ups and downs, Melissa's story became one of resilience, self-discovery, and learning to find peace outside the image the world once expected her to maintain. Meeting Timothy Busfield. Now her husband marked a turning point in Melissa's journey of healing, bringing love, stability, and a sense of peace she had long been searching for. These days, Melissa embraces a simpler way of life. Raising chickens in her backyard feels far more fulfilling than walking red carpets. She's found real joy in ordinary moments, and even learned to ride horses despite the physical pain she's carried. No longer the little girl Laura Ingalls chasing a prairie dream. Melissa Gilbert has grown into a resilient woman who meets life's challenges head-on and finds purpose in the everyday. Still, the memory of Laura, the beloved character who touched generations, remains a lasting part of her legacy. Forever cherished in the hearts of her fans, Melissa Gilbert's transformation from a child star to a strong, grounded woman is nothing short of inspiring. She's faced and overcome countless obstacles, emerging as a true symbol of resilience and compassion. What part of her journey moved you the most? Drop a 1 if you feel inspired by Melissa's story, or a 0 if you see it differently. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss more behind-the-scenes stories from your favorite classic TV shows. Do you still remember Uncle Bill, Little Buffy, and Mr. French? They brought us laughter, tears, and the warmth of family through unforgettable performances. As time goes on, their images remain etched in our hearts. If you found this video interesting, leave a comment with the number 1. If not, just type 0. We still want to hear from you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss more fascinating stories as we continue to honor the legacy they left behind. Anissa Jones was born on March 28, 1958 in West Lafayette, Indiana, USA. She began her acting career at a very young age and quickly became a familiar face to television audiences when she was cast as Buffy Davis in the series Family Affair, 1966, at just 8 years old. Buffy, the sweet little orphan girl who always carried her Mrs. Beasley doll, became a symbol of innocence, charm, and warmth in the hearts of viewers. Anissa portrayed the role with a rare naturalness for her age, making her one of the most standout child stars of that era. However, early fame also came with heavy pressure. When Family Affair ended in 1971, Anissa was only 13 years old. Being so closely tied to the image of Buffy made it difficult for her to find more mature roles. Studios were hesitant to take risks, and the adorable little girl image that audiences once loved became a major obstacle in her career path. In addition to the pressures of her career, Anissa's personal life was also full of turmoil. Her parents divorced and were constantly fighting over custody, forcing Anissa to move frequently. She gradually fell into a sense of loneliness, lost direction, and eventually dropped out of school. In her teenage years, she began spending time with the wrong crowd and turned to substance use as a way to escape the pressure. Despite warnings from doctors about her declining health, Anissa wasn't strong enough to break free from that downward spiral. On August 28, 1976, Anissa Jones was found dead at a house in Oceanside, California, after a gathering with friends. She passed away at just 18 years old. The cause of death was confirmed to be a drug overdose. Her ashes were scattered over the Pacific Ocean, a place she once said was the only place that ever made me feel free. Anissa's passing serves as a heartbreaking reminder of the dangers that can hide behind the spotlight, especially for young stars who rise to fame too early. She left behind a lasting impression in the hearts of fans, not only through her role as Buffy, but also through a life story filled with emotion and depth. Brian Keith was born on November 14, 1921, in Bayonne, New Jersey, USA. He was a seasoned actor with numerous film and television roles, before becoming the beloved Uncle Bill Davis in Family Affair in 1966 at the age of 45. In the show, Bill Davis is a successful single man who suddenly becomes the guardian of 3 orphaned children. The character portrayed a mature, composed adult who, despite the pressures of his own life, was full of love and willing to sacrifice for his nieces and nephew. Brian Keith portrayed the role with warmth and authenticity. His blend of firmness and kindness made Uncle Bill a beloved and inspiring figure for generations, helping him reach the peak of his career once again. But off-screen, his life was far from peaceful. He went through 3 marriages filled with emotional distance and challenges. His third and longest marriage to actress Victoria Young lasted nearly 30 years. Yet it was also marked by pain, especially after the sudden death of their daughter Daisy just weeks before Brian himself passed away. The shock nearly broke Brian Keith. In his final years, he battled severe lung disease caused by long-term smoking. Although he had quit smoking years earlier, the illness progressed, seriously weakening his health. Toward the end of his life, Brian lived quietly, withdrew from the public eye, and took little part in artistic activities. He passed away at his home in Malibu on June 24, 1997, at the age of 75. His body was cremated and laid to rest beside his daughter at Westwood Memorial Park. Brian Keith left an estimated estate of around $10 million and a significant artistic legacy. But more than that, he left behind the image of a deeply emotional man who touched audiences with his quiet yet profound performances. His life stands as a testament that behind the spotlight are personal stories not easily seen, ones we can only truly understand when we look a little closer. Sebastian Cabot was born on July 6, 1918 in London, England. He took on the role of Giles French in Family Affair in 1966 at the age of 48, a role that brought him closer to audiences worldwide. Playing a calm, polite, yet deeply caring English butler, Mr. French became a symbol of a trustworthy adult, quietly nurturing, guiding, and protecting the orphaned Davis children. With his warm voice and dignified demeanor, Sebastian Cabot not only brought the character to life, but also conveyed a sense of safety and comfort to viewers. He was beloved by audiences not only for his acting skills, but also for his friendly nature off-screen. However, behind the spotlight, Sebastian's life was far from easy. From a young age, he struggled with serious health issues such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and obesity. Maintaining his health required a strict diet and regular insulin injections. These conditions increasingly took a toll on his physical strength, especially during the filming of Family Affair, forcing him to take a break in 1969 to undergo treatment. Despite his efforts to return, Sebastian's health continued to decline. Working on set became increasingly difficult, but he persisted with the utmost professionalism. Beyond his career, his marriage to Kathleen Rose Humphrey lasted over 3 decades, enduring many challenges due to distance and work commitments. Nevertheless, they remained close and raised 3 children together to adulthood. On August 23, 1977, Sebastian Cabot passed away from a stroke at his home in Canada at the age of 59, just 1 year after announcing his retirement. His remains were cremated and interred at Westwood Village Memorial Park in Los Angeles, the resting place of many renowned artists. He left behind an estate valued at approximately $5 million and a respected artistic legacy. But more than anything, he is remembered as a quiet man who dedicated himself fully to his craft and as a television figure who brought faith and comfort to generations of viewers. Heather Angel was born on February 9, 1909 in Oxford, England. A seasoned actress with a strong theatrical background, she joined the cast of Family Affair in 1966 at the age of 57. Playing the role of Miss Faversham, an elegant, composed, and devoted Englishwoman, she brought to life a cherished, supporting figure in the Davis family. Though her appearances were limited, they were marked by subtlety and depth, capturing the inner strength of a wise woman who quietly cares and shares. Heather's refined acting style made her character stand out in a series full of warmth and laughter. Her personal life was marked by its ups and downs. After a tumultuous first marriage to actor Ralph Forbes, she remarried director Robert B. Sinclair in 1944. Their relationship was deeply connected and lasted for decades, blessing her with a son. They lived a quiet yet happy life until a tragic event occurred in 1970. An intruder broke into their home and killed her husband while he tried to protect her. Although Heather was unharmed, the memory of that night haunted her for the rest of her life. She struggled with panic attacks, insomnia, and gradually became more withdrawn. Despite these challenges, she continued to work quietly and maintained a calm and composed public presence. In the 1980s, Heather Angel was diagnosed with cancer. Despite enduring long and painful treatments, she chose to keep her illness private from the media. On December 13, 1986, she passed away in Santa Barbara at the age of 77. Her body was cremated and interred at a local cemetery, closing the chapter on a life full of challenges, but marked by dignity. Her estate was estimated at around $2 million, alongside a career that spanned over half a century. Despite many losses, Heather Angel always maintained her calm and elegance, both on-screen and off, and was respected as a strong, resilient woman who faced adversity with kindness and quiet strength. John Williams was born on April 15, 1903 in Buckinghamshire, England. In 1967, when Sebastian Cabot, who played Giles French, was temporarily absent due to health reasons, John was invited to take on the role of Niles French, Giles's brother in Family Affair. Although his appearance was brief, he made a strong impression on audiences with his calm demeanor, refined manner, and the subtle acting style typical of an English gentleman. Throughout his career, John Williams was a familiar face on Broadway stages and in classic films. He never married or had children, choosing instead to dedicate his life entirely to the arts. In his later years, John lived quietly in a small apartment, often reflecting on the beloved roles he once played. He suffered from chronic heart disease during the 1970s. Despite his declining health, he continued working, believing that retiring from acting would lead to boredom and emotional decline. On May 5, 1983, he passed away at his home in La Jolla, California, at the age of 80. He was cremated, and his ashes were sent back to England according to his wishes. To audiences, John Williams remains the image of a classic gentleman fully dedicated to his craft and leaving a lasting impression despite his brief role. Nancy Walker was born on May 10, 1922, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In 1970, she joined Family Affair as Emily Turner, the cheerful and lively housekeeper who brought laughter and warmth to the Davis family. With her sharp voice and natural acting style, Nancy became a refreshing highlight of the series, making Emily Turner a beloved character despite only appearing in a few episodes. Beyond Family Affair, she was also well known for her roles in hit TV shows like The Mary Tyler Moore Show and Rhoda, leaving a lasting mark on American comedy. In her personal life, Nancy was married twice and had one daughter. Her busy career often kept her away from family, leading to considerable pressure. Nevertheless, she and her second husband remained devoted to each other until the end, supporting one another through many challenges. At the age of 60, Nancy was diagnosed with lung cancer after years of smoking. Despite undergoing exhausting treatments, she continued acting and maintained an optimistic spirit in front of her audience. Nancy Walker passed away on March 25, 1992, in Studio City, California, at the age of 69. Her funeral was held privately. She left behind an estimated estate of $4 million, but for many, her greatest legacy is the strength and laughter she brought throughout her life. Kathy Garver was born on December 13, 1945, in Long Beach, California, USA. In 1966, at the age of 21, she took on the role of Davis in Family Affair. Kathy portrayed the caring and devoted older sister, an ideal image of a young woman of the era. With her gentle smile and warm voice, she became the loving heart of the Davis family. The show balanced moments of sadness with love and tenderness. After the family drama ended, Kathy struggled to break free from the shadow of her childhood fame. Hollywood offered few opportunities for adult actors, and she went through a difficult period searching for new roles and coping with emotional stress. Although Kathy avoided substance abuse, she still faced prolonged anxiety and relied on mild medication for a time. Her life gradually stabilized when she discovered a new passion for voice acting and writing. In 1981, Kathy married businessman David Scott Travis. They had a son, Reed Garver Travis, and shared a peaceful marriage that lasted over 4 decades. However, in recent years, Kathy endured profound sorrow when David passed away in August 2025 after a long battle with cancer. In an emotional statement, she wrote, "I have acted out scenes of loss before, but living through it, I finally understood the true meaning of emptiness." Despite the pain, Kathy remains strong, finding comfort in art and creativity. At 80 years old, she still lives in California, actively participating in charitable activities and nostalgia programs. Kathy's net worth is estimated at around $3 million USD, primarily from voice acting books and audio products such as the Beatatri Potter Tales. Loved by multiple generations of fans, she stands as a symbol of grace, resilience, and enduring family spirit. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more, don't forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exciting content. Let's continue the journey together right now. Erin Moran was born on October 18, 1960, in Burbank, California. In 1970, at just 10 years old, she joined Family Affair playing Amy, the sweet and cheerful little friend of the Davis children. Although a small role, it marked the start of her promising acting career. She later became famous for her role as Joni Cunningham in the hit series Happy Days, becoming a beloved teen star to millions of fans. However, early success brought challenges in developing her career as she transitioned into adulthood. After Happy Days, Erin faced difficulties finding suitable roles and was typecast by her earlier image. Her personal life was also filled with hardships. Her first marriage ended due to abuse. Though her second marriage lasted longer, it was far from smooth because of financial struggles. Erin and her husband once had to live in a trailer park parking lot after losing their home. The pressure led her into depression and struggles with alcohol addiction. By 2016, she was diagnosed with late-stage throat cancer. The disease progressed rapidly, causing her to lose the ability to speak and eat normally within a few months. On April 22, 2017, Erin Moran passed away at her home in Indiana at the age of 56. The cause was confirmed as complications from cancer. She left behind very little material wealth, but for many generations of viewers, the image of a bright and innocent Joni lives on as an unforgettable part of American television childhood. Ida Lupino was born on February 4, 1918, in Herne Hill, London, England. In 1969, she appeared in Family Affair as Lady Marchwood, the former love of Giles French, bringing elegance and a unique emotional depth to the show. Not only was she a talented actress, but Ida was also one of Hollywood's first female directors, bravely challenging the gender barriers in the male-dominated film industry. Her directing career is regarded as a significant milestone, paving the way for many generations of female artists to come. Despite her groundbreaking career, Ida Lupino's personal life was marked by many hardships. She went through 3 painful marriages. Her first husband cheated on her while she was paralyzed from polio. The second marriage ended when Ida became pregnant by another man. Although her third marriage lasted longer, it was still filled with conflicts. Her greatest sorrow came when her only daughter, Bridget, was diagnosed with a mental disorder, causing Ida years of anxiety and guilt. In her later years, she struggled with illness and alcoholism. After being diagnosed with colon cancer, she fought bravely, but then suffered multiple strokes that severely weakened her health. Ida lived in seclusion, rarely visited by family and friends, except for a few former colleagues. In one of her final diary entries, she wrote, "I have spent my life telling stories about women's fears. Now I am living in one of those fears." On August 3, 1995, Ida Lupino passed away in Los Angeles at the age of 77 after suffering a stroke during cancer treatment. Her estate was estimated at around $6 million, mostly from her acting, directing, and film rights. Despite a life full of tragedies, Ida is remembered as a resilient and talented icon, a pioneering woman who never bowed to limitations. Sherry Alberoni was born on December 4, 1946, in Cleveland, Ohio, USA. In 1966, at the age of 20, she appeared in Family Affair as Sharon James, the energetic and outgoing best friend of the Davis family. With her radiant smile and charming voice, Sherry quickly won the hearts of the audience. However, behind that bright image were quiet years, as Hollywood's spotlight gradually faded from her life. After leaving acting, Sherry faced the harsh reality that fame did not guarantee financial security. By the late 1980s, she lost all her savings in a failed investment, and was forced to take office jobs to support her two young children. During that time, her marriage to Dr. Richard Van Meter, whom she married in 1971, became her greatest source of strength, a solid foundation that helped her overcome all the hardships. In the 2000s, Sherry underwent heart valve surgery after being diagnosed with aortic valve regurgitation. Fortunately, the surgery was successful and she rediscovered her purpose in life. Since then, she has slowed down, dedicating her time to charity work and supporting children with congenital heart disease. As of 2025, Sherry Alberoni is 79 years old. She continues to live in Southern California with her husband and occasionally appears at charity events and family affair cast reunions. Her net worth is estimated to be around $1 million, mainly from voiceover projects and personal savings. Although she has long stepped away from the spotlight, Sherry remains beloved as a symbol of grace, resilience, and quiet kindness admired for decades after her Hollywood fame. Sarah Selby was born on August 30, 1905 in St. Louis, Missouri, USA. In 1966, she joined Family Affair playing Miss Bryant, a strict but fair school principal symbolizing discipline and dedication to children. Although it was a supporting role, Sarah left a lasting impression with her subtle acting and powerful voice that audiences found unforgettable. However, her real life was marked by loneliness and illness. Sarah was married twice, but both marriages ended in heartbreak. Her first husband, Stanley Robert Wooliger, left her just 1 year after their wedding, leaving a deep emotional scar. Later, she found late happiness with her second husband, Holler Jacobson. However, that joy was short-lived as he passed away in 1966, the same year Family Affair premiered. Losing her beloved husband devastated Sarah's spirit, leading her into depression and causing her to withdraw from public life. Her later roles carried a quiet sorrow, as if reflecting the deep pain she carried within herself. In her final years, Sarah faced a harsh battle with cancer. She kept her illness private, choosing to treat herself at home and refusing hospitalization to avoid burdening others. Although the disease gradually weakened her, she maintained calmness and peace until the very end. On January 7, 1980, Sarah Selby passed away in Los Angeles at the age of 74 due to cancer. Her funeral was simple, attended only by a few close friends. She left behind an estate worth approximately $800,000, mainly from supporting roles and small investments in the television industry. Sarah Selby's life ended quietly, not marked by fame, but by silent dignity and enduring strength throughout her long journey. Del Moore was born on May 14, 1916, in Pensacola, Florida, USA. In 1967, at the age of 51, he appeared in Family Affair as Eric Langley, a cheerful character who brought light humor to the series. On screen, Del was lively, witty, and charming. However, off-stage he was a man torn by disappointment, struggling with alcoholism and the burden of an unfulfilled career. He began his career as a comedian with roles in The Nutty Professor and Get Smart, but his fame never reached the heights of many of his contemporaries. As his career declined, he fell into a psychological crisis and turned to alcohol for relief. His alcoholism caused deep rifts in his marriage with his wife, Gail. The couple frequently argued, and their children witnessed many struggles between Del's sobriety and bouts of drinking. Despite Gail's efforts to get him treatment, Del repeatedly relapsed, and his health rapidly deteriorated. Years of heavy drinking led to high blood pressure and damage to the blood vessels in his brain. In 1970, while working at his home in Inino, Del suddenly collapsed and was rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. He passed away on August 30, 1970 at the age of 54 due to a brain hemorrhage. Del Moore was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. His estate was valued at around $1.5 million, primarily from his work in comedy and television. His death shocked Hollywood, leaving behind the image of a troubled soul hidden beneath laughter and talent. If you enjoyed the inspiring stories about the lives and careers of the Family Affair cast, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video, so your friends and family can discover these meaningful and heartfelt tales too. And be sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on more exciting videos. Thank you for being with us, and see you in the next videos. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Legend. After 20 years released in 2003, Pirates of the Caribbean took the world by storm with the legendary Jack Sparrow and unforgettable adventures. But what happened to the cast after the spotlight faded? Over 20 years later, they've faced highs, challenges, and unexpected lessons. If you find this content interesting, leave a comment with 1. If not, leave a 0. Don't forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss more exciting videos. Let's uncover these haunting truths together and honor what they've left behind. Johnny Depp, born on June 9, 1963 in Owensboro, Kentucky, created one of modern cinema's most iconic characters, Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, 2003. At 40 years old, with his unconventional acting style blending eccentricity, moral ambiguity, and spontaneous flair, Depp redefined the pirate genre, earning an Oscar nomination and turning Jack Sparrow into a global icon. Unlike his humorous on-screen persona, Johnny Depp's life has been a journey full of ups and downs. His childhood was marked by instability. His parents divorced, frequent moves, and a lingering sense of loneliness throughout his adolescence. Music was his first passion and served as a spiritual refuge amid early turmoil. However, when he shifted to acting, Depp quickly proved his ability to transform, taking on unique roles that broke away from traditional molds. From indie films like Edward Scissorhands to blockbusters like Pirates of the Caribbean, Depp has proven himself to be a distinctive artist willing to take risks to showcase his creativity. However, this brilliant career has also been marked by turbulent periods. Depp has faced numerous challenges, financial troubles, professional conflicts, turbulent personal relationships, and several high-profile lawsuits that captured global public attention. Despite facing intense media pressure and scrutiny of his private life, Johnny Depp has continued to pursue his craft with dedication. He transforms the chaos of his personal experiences into material for complex, deeply emotional roles. His unique acting style, often defying conventional rules, is what sets him apart in an industry that's becoming increasingly formulaic. As of 2025, Johnny Depp, now 62 years old, continues to be active in the arts and production fields. His net worth is estimated to be around $150 million, derived from film revenues, real estate investments, art, and independent productions. Despite experiencing financial fluctuations due to high expenditures and legal settlements, he has maintained his status as one of the most prominent names in modern Hollywood. Johnny Depp is not just an actor. He embodies the complex blend of talent and trials. Though his journey has often strayed from a smooth path, every step he takes leaves a distinct mark unlike anyone else. The character of Jack Sparrow will forever be his iconic symbol, but it's the real person behind the screen that fascinates, sparks debate, and keeps the public endlessly intrigued. Keira Knightley was born on March 26, 1985 in London, England. She played Elizabeth Swann in Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, 2003, at just 18 years old. In this role, Kira portrayed a nuanced blend of vulnerability, intelligence, and relentless determination. Her journey from a refined governor's daughter to a resilient strategist in the pirate world quickly established her as a talented young star in the entertainment industry. However, Kira's journey to adulthood was far from easy. Growing up in an artistic family, she faced pressure from adults and intense public scrutiny from a young age. Teasing and criticism about her career ambitions led her to develop a cautious and disciplined approach in every step she took. Kira's career has been marked by high expectations and numerous challenges. While she received praise from critics, she also encountered significant media conflicts, particularly concerning her body image and privacy. Additionally, she has been an active advocate for women's rights and mental health, sometimes sparking controversy, but earning admiration from many. Kira's personal life is marked by notable highlights, including her marriage to musician James Wrighton in 2013 and raising 2 children, which brought challenges in balancing family and career. Despite facing setbacks such as project delays and losing roles due to age, Knightley has shown a smart approach to choosing her roles. At 40, she maintains a strong presence on the big screen and in independent film projects, with a net worth of approximately $50 million from advertising deals and intellectual property rights. Keira Knightley stands as a symbol of relentless effort and the ability to overcome pressure in the harsh entertainment industry. In Pirates of the Caribbean 2003, David Bailey played the role of Cotton, the mute pirate who uses his parrot to speak. At the age of 66, he brought a quietly captivating presence to the character, creating a unique balance with the lively and chaotic Jack Sparrow. Born on December 4, 1937 in Spring, South Africa, Bailey grew up amid political and social upheaval, experiencing a somewhat isolated childhood. His career spanned stage, film, and television, with notable work at the Royal Shakespeare Company and the National Theatre of England. Although not a leading figure, he has been highly regarded for his consistent and deeply nuanced performances. Beyond acting, Bailey nurtures passions for photography and computer programming, showcasing a diverse intellect. He has experienced periods of unemployment, taken on unusual supporting roles, and lived with the uncertainties of an acting career. However, he always maintained a private lifestyle free of scandal and upheld a professional, perfectionist work ethic. Bailey's personal life was as quiet as the roles he portrayed. He kept his relationships private, selective, and rarely publicized. Nevertheless, he remained creatively active until the end of his life, contributing to art and literary exhibitions. David Bailey passed away on March 6, 2021 in London at the age of 83. His legacy, estimated at around $1 to $2 million, reflects a long, quiet, yet profoundly valuable artistic life. Trevor Goddard, born on October 14, 1962 in Cooden, England, appeared in Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, 2003, as Grapple, a fierce member of the Cursed Crew. At 41 years old, this was one of his final roles, filmed just months before his unexpected passing. Goddard left a strong impression on audiences with powerful, physically intense characters such as Kano in Mortal Kombat and McBroomy in Jag, establishing himself as a tough and determined man on screen. Beneath his tough exterior lay a challenging childhood, growing up in an unstable family, frequently moving homes and facing bullying at school. Goddard developed a reserved, cautious personality, rarely showing his true emotions. His career had notable moments, but was also marked by limitations. Being typecast in tough guy roles made it difficult for him to access more diverse characters, despite his recognized talent. Off-screen, his personal life was equally turbulent, a troubled marriage on the brink of collapse, coupled with heavy professional pressures. Goddard once sparked controversy by claiming to be Australian, a detail that was not true in order to secure roles, and he faced serious challenges in his personal life. The pressures of work, combined with private struggles, led him to increasingly isolated battles. On June 7, 2003, he passed away in North Hollywood, California, at the age of 40. His death came as a shock to colleagues and fans alike, leaving behind an unfinished legacy. Trevor Goddard's net worth at the time of his passing was estimated to be between $500,000 and $1 million, a modest figure that reflects a short but promising career. His departure left a void in the hearts of fans who admired his on-screen presence, serving as a poignant reminder of the silent struggles many artists face behind the spotlight. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more, don't forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exciting videos. Let's keep exploring together right now. Geoffrey Rush, born on July 6, 1951 in Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia, delivered one of the most memorable performances in the Pirates of the Caribbean series as Captain Hector Barbossa. When he took on the role in 2003 at the age of 52, Rush portrayed a cunning, sharp-witted pirate with a dark sense of humor, a character that quickly became an icon rivaling Jack Sparrow. Barbossa's theatrical style of speech and his peculiar fondness for apples were brought to life by Rush with a flair reminiscent of Shakespearean drama. This combination gave the character depth and appeal, both frightening, charming, and unpredictable. Behind Rush's brilliant performance lay a childhood shaped by a conservative family environment. He was often teased for his sensitive nature and passion for the arts, which led him to develop a rich inner world that nurtured his creativity. Geoffrey Rush has enjoyed a stellar career both on stage and screen. He is one of the very few actors to achieve the triple crown of acting, winning an Oscar, an Emmy, and a Tony. However, his journey was not without controversy. Known for his perfectionism and relentless pursuit of detail, Rush's dedication sometimes made it difficult for some colleagues to work with him. One of Geoffrey Rush's most challenging moments came in 2017 when he was accused of inappropriate behavior during rehearsals for a play. He firmly denied the allegations, filed a defamation lawsuit, and was ultimately cleared in court. However, the ordeal took a significant psychological toll and brought intense media scrutiny. Despite these hardships, Rush has maintained his resilience and deep passion for the arts. In his personal life, he enjoys a long-lasting marriage and a private family, though sometimes sacrificing time for his career. Now at 73 years old, Geoffrey Rush remains actively involved in both film and theater. His net worth is estimated at around $40 million, accumulated from decades of outstanding artistic work, numerous awards, and personal investments. Orlando Bloom was born on January 13, 1977 in Canterbury, England, and took on the role of Will Turner in Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, 2003 at just 26 years old. His portrayal of the brave, loyal, and passionate blacksmith quickly made Bloom one of the most beloved characters among global audiences. Will Turner's journey from an ordinary young man to a heroic pirate became the quintessential romantic adventurer archetype. Orlando Bloom brought seriousness, versatility, and a touch of magic to the role, highlighting the distinctive style of the Pirates franchise. Orlando Bloom's childhood was far from easy as his parents divorced early, bringing much instability and financial hardship to his life. The teasing he faced for pursuing the arts forged his resilience, but also left him vulnerable to the intense scrutiny of the public eye. Throughout his career, Bloom faced many challenges with small roles before truly rising to fame in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. His role as Will Turner in Pirates of the Caribbean catapulted him into A-list stardom, but it also made him a frequent target of media and tabloid attention. Orlando Bloom's private life has often been in the public eye, especially his tumultuous marriage to model Miranda Kerr and high-profile relationships with celebrities like Katy Perry. Incidents caught by paparazzi, such as him smoking or showing raw emotions, have drawn attention but never diminished his charm or solid career. He has also faced professional setbacks when film projects were delayed or canceled due to industry politics. Nevertheless, Bloom has maintained a reputation for professionalism, a serious work ethic, and a unique on-screen charisma. At 48 years old, Orlando Bloom remains active in film, theater, and charitable endeavors. His net worth is estimated between $35 and $50 million accumulated through blockbuster movie contracts, endorsements, and smart investments. Bloom's life and career tell a story of balancing global fame, the pressures of public scrutiny, and the effort to maintain an iconic, resilient image on screen. Damien O'Hare was born on August 13, 1977, in Belfast, Northern Ireland. He played Lieutenant Gillette in Pirates of the Caribbean in 2003 at the age of 26. The character Gillette is a disciplined, sharp, and ethical officer who remains skeptical of Jack Sparrow's schemes, helping to bring balance and logic to the story. Damien's childhood was shaped by the social upheaval in Northern Ireland, where he grew up during a time of sectarian conflict and economic hardship. These experiences shaped Damien O'Hare's cautious, reflective nature and early self-reliance. His career has faced many challenges, from frequently competing for supporting roles and voice acting gigs to struggling with auditions in the international arena. Despite this, he is highly regarded for his thorough preparation and persistence in acting, qualities that sometimes posed challenges for directors but ultimately elevated his performances. Damien's personal life hasn't been without pressure as he balances work and family, especially during long periods of filming abroad. Known for his discretion and discipline, he maintains a professional image and is well respected in the industry. Now at 48 years old, Damien continues to work steadily in film, television, and voice acting with projects like Justice League and Constantine City of Demons. His net worth is estimated between $1 to $2 million USD, mainly earned through consistent roles and royalties, reflecting a career built on dedication and professionalism rather than flashy fame. Mackenzie Crook was born on September 29, 1971, in Maidstone, Kent, England. He played the role of Ragetti in Pirates of the Caribbean 2003 at the age of 32, delivering a performance that was both humorously witty and unexpectedly profound. Crook's character Ragetti was not just comic relief but also added an emotional depth to a film celebrated for its adventure and excitement. Mackenzie Crook's childhood was full of challenges as he suffered from a severe growth hormone deficiency, which limited his physical development and made him a target of teasing and ridicule from peers. In the face of these difficulties, Crook developed a sharp sense of humor, intelligence, and psychological resilience, which became both a shield to protect himself and a way to express his unique personality. Early struggles with self-acceptance and personal image shaped Crook's meticulous approach to character development. He consistently prioritizes roles with depth and humanity rather than flashy or showy parts. His career has been far from smooth, facing numerous rejections and being typecast in quirky supporting roles. Crook also endured periods of unemployment and constant pressure within the stunt acting industry, a field often undervalued and overlooked. However, through perseverance and talent, Crook earned recognition, including a BAFTA nomination for his role as Rajetti. He also built a reputation as a versatile artist by participating in screenwriting, directing, and detective projects. Off-screen, he leads a relatively private life, balancing his Hollywood career with family commitments while staying clear of showbiz drama. Although free of scandals, Crook is known to be a perfectionist and sometimes a bit grumpy at work, but also a dedicated mentor to younger actors. At 53 years old, Mackenzie Crook continues to work in acting, writing, and directing in the UK, with an estimated net worth of around $4 million earned from acting, directing, screenwriting, and television royalties. Isaac C. Singleton Jr. was born on August 1, 1967, in Melbourne, Florida, USA. He played the role of bosun in Pirates of the Caribbean 2003 at the age of 36, portraying a strong enforcer within Barbassa's cursed crew. Bosun is a silent but intimidating figure known for his loyalty, adding to the tension aboard the Black Pearl, contrasting with Jack Sparrow's flamboyance and Gibbs's humor. Singleton's childhood was shaped by economic instability and a strict educational environment that demanded discipline and physical strength. He was often teased for his height and weight, learning to mask his inner vulnerabilities with a calm and stoic exterior. His career has flourished in both acting and voice work, with notable roles including voicing Thanos in Marvel Animations and Sagat in the Street Fighter series. His career path hasn't been entirely smooth. He was often rejected in auditions for being perceived as scene-stealing, a trait some in the industry praised for its authenticity, but others criticized for rigidity. On a personal level, Singleton rarely shares details about his private life, but it is believed that he has gone through periods of intense focus on his career, which led to social isolation and sacrifices in personal relationships. To maintain his performance, Singleton follows a strict fitness regimen to keep his physical strength for demanding roles. He also balances voice acting projects, film roles, and occasional guest appearances. At 58 years old, Isaac C. Singleton Jr. continues to work steadily in film, television, and video games, with a net worth estimated between $1 and $2 million. His career reflects persistence, adaptability, and a commanding presence across multiple entertainment fields. Kevin McNally, born on April 27, 1956 in Bristol, England, portrayed Joshua Gibbs in Pirates of the Caribbean in 2003 at the age of 47. Gibbs, a loyal, rum-loving companion of Jack Sparrow and a former Royal Navy officer, brought a unique mix of superstition and quick-witted humor that helped keep the story both tense and lively. His blend of devotion, folklore, and pragmatism made Gibbs one of the most beloved characters, providing comic relief while also embodying the danger and camaraderie of the chaotic pirate world. McNally's childhood was shaped by post-war austerity, his parents' divorce, and frequent moves experiences that fostered a deep social awareness and keen observational skills, which later infused his performances with emotional nuance. His career path was not without challenges. Breaking into mainstream film proved difficult, with McNally often cast in supporting or minor roles. He also faced the frustrations of long stage tours and the unpredictable nature of the British television industry. Despite avoiding major scandals, Kevin McNally has faced some controversies early in his career related to payment disputes and occasional creative tensions on set. Known for his professionalism, he sometimes clashed with others over artistic direction. In his personal life, McNally has enjoyed a stable marriage to actress Phyllis Logan, though he has occasionally been the subject of minor tabloid gossip about his lifestyle. At 69, he remains active in television and theater, holding a steady and respected presence in both the British and international entertainment industries. His estimated net worth of around $1 million reflects a resilient and dedicated career. Michael Berry Jr., born in 1964 in Oxford, England, portrayed Twig in Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, 2003, at around 39 years old. His character, a cursed and eerie pirate aboard the Black Pearl, stood out with a strange, silent presence that helped amplify the film's supernatural tension. Twig served as a crucial contrast to the film's more humorous or heroic characters, adding to the story's richness and atmospheric depth. Michael Berry Jr. had a challenging childhood growing up in a family that faced significant financial struggles. Often marginalized and mocked by society, he developed sharp observational skills, patience, and strategic thinking traits that would later define his nuanced and thoughtful approach to acting. His career has been diverse, with a steady stream of supporting roles in high-profile international films, such as Mission Impossible 3, Star Trek, and The Hangover Part 2, showcasing his quiet yet impactful screen presence. At around 61 years old, Michael Berry Jr. currently resides in Los Angeles, continuing his work in acting and writing. Despite facing early struggles with uncredited roles, overlooked auditions, and the challenges of building a name in an industry that favors big stars, he has maintained a private lifestyle, a strong work ethic, and an unwavering passion for the arts. With an estimated net worth of $1 to $2 million from acting royalties and creative work, Berry stands as a testament to perseverance and the vital role supporting actors play in the success of major blockbusters. Trevor Etienne, born on July 21, 1965 in London. England, portrayed killer in Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, 2003, at the age of 38. As a cursed crew member aboard the Black Pearl killer, embodied a dark, silent menace that helped underscore Barbassa's ruthless leadership and the film's eerie atmosphere. His quiet presence added tension to action scenes, enhancing the supernatural danger faced by Jack Sparrow and his allies. Trevor Etienne's childhood in London was marked by adversity, particularly the subtle but persistent challenges of growing up as a black child in an environment shaped by racial bias and social exclusion. These early experiences fostered in him a quiet resilience, inner strength, and a calm confidence qualities that would later define both his acting style and his professional approach. Over the years, Etienne has built a multifaceted career balancing acting, directing, and producing. He appeared in major films like Black Hawk Down and Bad Boys 2, while also dedicating himself to socially conscious documentary projects that address issues such as homelessness and global compassion. Trevor Etienne, now 60, remains active in acting and producing, known for his versatility and dedication. Despite a stable and well-regarded career, he has faced typical Hollywood challenges such as missing out on major roles, creative conflicts with directors, and the risk of being typecast in sinister supporting parts. Etienne leads a private, scandal-free life, consistently demonstrating integrity and social responsibility in his work. His net worth is estimated between $1 to $3 million, reflecting a career built on persistence, creative courage, and steadfast artistic commitment. Thank you for watching. If you found Trevor Etienne's story and those of the Pirates of the Caribbean cast interesting and inspiring, don't forget to hit like to support the channel. Share this video with your friends and family to explore the secrets behind the silver screen together. And most importantly, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our exciting upcoming videos. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey.